So, a couple of ways I want to approach this video. In my opinion, most Americans are probably going to die broke. But at the end of the video, I'm going to give you a ray of hope as to why I think you can beat these numbers, do well financially, retire well, and just live a good life overall. So, stick around for that. My name is Adrian. I like to talk money, personal finance, and anything else that will help you to level up financially. If that sounds good to you, please leave a like for the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe to the channel. We make new videos like this every single week. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So the numbers I have here are the median salaries according to the Bureau of U.S. Labor and Statistics. And I'll tell you this one thing. Earnings peak for most Americans between 45 and 65. So all you young millennials and Gen Z people lamenting the fact that you're broke, the system is designed for you to be broke young. You don't have to be if you continue to watch this channel. I give you all the gems on how to be above average and live a life of abundance from as early age as possible. So let's get into these statistics. So from age 20 to 24 years old, you are slated median income to make $38,324 per year. Now that's not a bad start for being 20 to 24 years old. But the problem is a lot of people around this age, you have student loan debt, or you're still finishing up school and you're going to graduate with student loan debt. So that $38,000 is not going to go very far, as well as the cost of living is very high. So you're looking at apartments in the $1,500 to $2,000 range and higher if you live in certain parts of the country. Let me know in the comments down below, do you think you could live off $38,000 per year? And if you're between 20 and 24, are you within those parameters earnings wise? Now, the next age group is 25 to 34 years old. So those are the youngest millennials. I'm in that age group, right? And that salary goes up to $52,000 per year. So an increase of about $15,000, which is very, very good. But along with student loan debt, now you're starting to build a family. So a lot of these people in this age group have one or two kids. And as we know, kids are very expensive. So again, even though your salary went up, you are saddled with more debt because we have this thing called lifestyle creep. And lifestyle creep says that the older you get, you buy a house. This is the age where a lot of people buy their first houses to pursue the American dream. Now you graduated from the beater car that you had in your early 20s, and now you want something more stable to carry the kids around in. So you might have a minivan, or you might just have a Toyota or a regular car, but those regular cars, you bought them new or close to new, so they're very, very expensive. And add to that the fact that the suburban life calls for every adult in a house needs their own car. So you have a car, your wife has a car, and so that is very expensive. Well, you might say, Adrian, you have a spouse, so now that's two incomes bringing in each $52,000 a year. And that is correct. But now you have two student loan payments, two car payments, and a mortgage that's probably too high because you bought more house than you can afford because you wanted all of the kids to have their own bedrooms. So that's where the problems come in. Now, the next age group is from 35 to 44 years old. And the salaries, the median salary is $63,000. Now, from 20 to your 30s, your salary went up about $15,000. But from your 30s to your 40s, your salary went up $11,000, which is a big decrease in the percentage that your salary has gone up by. And by this time, your kids are growing, so they have more activities that you need to pay for. They have medical insurance. They're eating you out of house and home and everything like that. All these things that you have to pay for these growing kids, as well as your house starts needing repairs, and those cars that you bought in your 30s, you're thinking about switching them over. And because you're getting older, you want something a little bit nicer because you think that you deserve to get something nicer. So your car payment went up. Your kids are more expensive. You probably even upgraded your house because you wanted more space. So even though your salary only went up by $11,000, your lifestyle has increased by a lot more. Guys, if this video is bringing you value so far, please leave a like for the YouTube algorithm, as well as subscribe to become part of the family. We make new videos like this every single week. Now, the next age group is from 45 to 54 years old. And this might shock you, but the median salary for this is $63,000. So from your 40s to your 50s, the median salary has gone up only $1,000. That is insane. And so this is where people start realizing that, wow, I'm behind on retirement. My student loans still aren't paid off. I have to start wondering how I'm going to pay for college for these kids because your kids are about approaching college age. And that job that you've been at for 10 or 15 years, they're not giving you a promotion, they're not giving you a raise, and everything is just starting to stress you out. This is where people say the rich get richer, the poor get poorer, and this is where people complain about the fact that their salary cannot keep up with the cost of inflation. And it's true because $1,000 increase in a decade of working is just not going to cut it. Just because for the simple fact, let's forget the fact that we went through a pandemic and inflation has increased by what it normally should be increased by, because usually we aim for 2% inflation. Just by inflation alone, you have lost money. So you're really making less than $63,000 per year. And this is where the credit cards come in, because to make ends meet, you start having credit cards, you start having personal loans, and you just generally start falling deeper and deeper into debt. Now, the next age group is from 55 to 64. You're about getting ready to go into retirement. You're trying to see where your retirement accounts are at. And the median salary for this age is $63,000. So in a decade, not only did you not get a median increase in salary, you got a median decrease in salary to $63,000. And this is because most likely you've stuck around in a job for way too long. Now you're starting to hire younger employees that are cheaper than you. They want to phase you out. You're looking at your retirement, your nest egg, and you see that it's not going to get where it needs to go. Your kids are in college and they're calling you every weekend asking for money so they can survive in college. Your house is not paid off. You probably have refinanced your house in the last 10 years just to make ends meet. The credit cards are still there. You have been paying student loans for 10 years and it just seems like it has not gone anywhere, right? So this is the American dream. This is the American trap. And this is why I have this channel. This is why it's important to learn about personal finance from as early as possible, because this is the future that awaits you if you follow the status quo. And the status quo is go to college, find a good job, get married, buy a big house, and then retire. But guess what? That's not a recipe for success, especially in this day and age. And we see it right now. Baby boomers are approaching retirement and they're trillions, as an age group, they're trillions short of where they need to be for their retirements. A lot of baby boomers are retiring broke. And with no pension plans, it's very important that you take your own retirement into your own hands. And how do you do this? You do this by aggressively saving and investing, staying out of debt. Don't lifestyle inflate your living expenses. Do that. Stay down for as long as you can. Always let your money be deploying and working for you, investing in the markets. If you don't know anything about investing, I have an investing ebook and guide that will give you all the tools you need to learn how to invest and great funds to invest in. If you need to get out of debt, I have a debt elimination 10-day guide in the description down below as well. These two resources can absolutely help you and give you some tools that you can periodically look back on and keep yourself on track, because this stuff is very important. I don't want you to be 65, 67, looking in your bank account and only seeing a few $1,000s in there. And you look into your investment portfolio because you ignored it all this time, or you just didn't do enough, and only seeing like $30,000 in there. That's not a comfortable retirement. And we all know Social Security is not going to help you. As I said in the beginning of the video, I'm going to give you one great piece of advice, one shining light that will actually show you that you can actually change your life financially and have a good retirement. But before I say that, let me tell you this. In this life right now, if you want to live comfortable and well, you have three choices, right? And the three choices are: be an extreme minimalist, so your living expenses are super low and you can live comfortably off of that. Second, build a business, create income streams that are outside of your hands and feet so you don't have to work. Build a business that can take care of you. Or third, if you're in a job, if you want to go the 9-to-5 route, find the highest paying job in your field. Whatever it is that you like to do, I don't care, but you have to find the highest paying job in your field. Now is not the time to think about average. Now is not the time to think about, let me just bide my time and just do the bare minimum. If you do the bare minimum, you're going to have a minimum life and you're going to be struggling for the rest of your life. So those are the three choices that you have if you want to be comfortable in life. Now, the great news is it's not going to take a lot for you to excel and live comfortably and get ahead of 99% of people. Why? Because most people are not watching content like this. Most people are not getting educated by their finances. Most people, when they get to 60, 65, they're going to be hit like a brick wall on the realities of their financial situation. Just by watching this content, you are already ahead of most people. Then if you act upon this content, act on the information that you're getting, act strategically on how to improve your finances, that's going to bring you even more ahead of most people. So while it may seem that it's dire, the average income by age is not very high, and most people are going to retire broke, it's not that wealth isn't accessible by most people. It's just that most people rather be distracted by celebrity news and gossip, whatever the Kardashians are doing, whatever is going on in politics, whatever is going on around the world, whatever social justice causes and isms that they're using to distract you. It's all a distraction. Most of these people are broken. They're just arguing on the internet. And I want to create a space and a community for people who are financially focused, focusing on getting their money right, focusing on living a good life, retiring peacefully, being able to take care of their family, and no drama, right? So leave a like for the YouTube algorithm, subscribe, become part of the family. And until next time, I will see you in the next video. Peace.